this first segment, we're going to be talking about economics, the underpinnings. We're also going to cover the concepts of scarcity and opportunity costs. So let's get started. Economics is the study of how to best allocate scarce resources among competing users. The idea behind economics is to answer three questions. What to produce, how to produce it, and for whom. What to produce, how to produce it, and for whom. The what to produce answer comes from price signals. Sales and price signals will dictate what we produce. If it sells at a reasonable price, that will be produced. The how question comes down to the cheapest way possible, the most efficient. And for whom is who is willing to pay the price. In our economy, those are the answers to those questions. Now let's move on to the big question here. Scarcity. We typically think of scarcity as some type of a shortage. That's not the case in economics. Scarcity actually just refers to the fact that there's a limit to all resources. And we're going to talk about what those resources are, but just know that there's a limit to everything. If you think about it, even clean air, there is an amount of. So keep that in mind. The only thing in the world that's unlimited is human wants. So there's a balance there. We have to balance things between unlimited human wants and limited resources. And that's what economics is all about, is how we're going to make that balance. How are we going to decide who gets what? Okay? When we talk about scarcity, it's a limit to the resources. All resources will fit in one of four categories. We call these the factors of production. The first one is land. Don't be confused on this. Land refers to anything that's in its natural state. We can even look at it as if I was a riverboat captain. My example of land might be the actual river water. So be careful of that. It's things in their natural state. That's what we refer to as land. The second one is labor. Labor refers to not only the number of workers that you have or people, but also their knowledge and skills. So it's not only the people, but what they know that counts. The third one is capital. Capital refers to final goods and services, or final goods that are used to produce other goods. These are things like our buildings and our machinery that we use to produce with are considered capital. And the fourth one is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the ability to put the other three resources together in an efficient manner. It's very important. If you think about it, if I gave you guys a tract of land and all the capital that you needed, could you be a farmer? The answer is probably no. Because for most of you, you don't have the knowledge it would take to do farming at an efficient manner. So that's an entrepreneurship, the ability to put the other three together in an efficient manner. Very important. These are the four factors of production. Be able to identify each one and apply them to the real world. Now, if I ask you what gasoline is gasoline an example of land? The answer is no, because it's refined. It's not in its natural state, so be very careful of that. The next big concept I want to talk about that flows from scarcity is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost refers to the best alternative that's given up. Everything in the world has a cost. Even the free lunch program has a cost to it. The giveaways that we have here at school, your leisure time, there's a cost involved in that. You know, the opportunity cost for watching this tape would be the time that you could have been doing something else. Because resources are scarce, choices have to be made. Every time you stop and buy coffee, you're giving up some savings account. Every time you buy a house, you're giving up something else. Everything in life is a choice, and everything has a cost. That's opportunity. You're giving up your best alternative use of time, resources, money, whatever it is. You're giving up your best alternative. So you got to keep this straight. The cost of taking an economics class is way beyond just the tuition and the books. You have to look at all the time commitment that's involved. When it comes to studying for a test for econ, your best alternative use of your time is your cost. Think of it that way. An easy way to think of scarcity and opportunity cost is to take your wallet and go to the mall. You only have so much money in your wallet, and then you have to start making choices. And as you make those choices, you give certain things up. Hope makes sense to you. Okay. Now I want to move on to another concept.